This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion is advised as some cases contain graphic content. We mean no disrespect to anyone we discuss in this podcast except our exes. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. However, we will be expressing our personal opinions. Buckle up, Buttercup.
Hey everybody, it's Cynthia.
And I'm Wes, and this is Love and Lumen, true crime podcast.
Yay! Another day, another dollar.
We're making money from this?
No. No. You're like, wait, what? Holding out on me.
You've been keeping it from me.
No, but we do have the prime suspect in most of the cases we do. The little gray guy up there.
It's aliens again?
No.
Oh.
He's just here with us.
Oh. He's just been a past suspect that's been cleared.
I mean, he might have done it.
So now he's hanging out.
He's like, you thought I did it.
No. Never.
No, but
it's okay. Shh. It's okay.
Yeah. Poor little guy. He did it. Anyway, we're going to discuss today Nicole Vanderheyden.
Nicole Vanderheyden?
Mm-hmm.
Vanderheyden.
Yes.
Nicole Vanderheyden.
Ever heard of it?
It's Swedish.
Yeah, she's a sweet lady.
No, Vanderheyden. Vanderheyden. It's German or Swedish or something like that.
I don't know.
I'm going to go German.
German?
Yeah, German.
It's possible. Well, let's get started.
All right. Here we go.
All right, so never heard of her?
No, I have not.
You just like the name.
Vanderheyden.
Good. But we're going, here we go. We're going to have accents all night long.
Okay.
Because we're going to Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Don't you know?
Some German and Wisconsin in there.
I'm going to go with Swedish now.
Swedish and
Vanderheyden.
Wisconsin.
What is that? What is that? Vanderheyden. Yeah, I want to go Swedish. I want to go Swedish.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So we got Swedish people in Wisconsin.
Yep.
Vanderheyden, don't you know? Don't you know?
But, she's younger than me, 31.
Okay.
A mother of 3.
Okay.
3 kiddos. And here is a picture of her.
Already.
Oh, pretty.
She looks Swedish.
Does
Blonde
she?
hair, blue eyes.
But
Yeah.
she's married, so I think that's her married name.
Well, I don't know then. I guess
gonna
I'm full
say.
of shit.
Yes. But she's so pretty. I like her smile. She's got the brightest smile.
Yeah.
But mother of 3. She was born in Manitowoc, Wisconsin.
Manitowoc.
Is that how you say it?
Wisconsin. I'm going to
People
guess.
are listening to me pronounce these names. Be like,
They're
I don't
probably
even know what
thinking
the
that
hell she
guy's
said.
full of shit because he ain't saying it right either. But
They're like,
I'm saying I'm doing it
this up.
right, so there. She looks like Kirsten Dunst.
Mm-hmm. She has a little bit.
The teeth similar too. It's got the the 2 teeth that are like
The bunny teeth.
no, the 2 on the side that remind you of fangs.
Oh.
Kirsten
canines.
Dunst has that too.
I thought you were saying her front teeth are like
No,
a little longer than the rest of them.
no, just I don't know. Just reminds me of Kirsten Dunst.
Aww. But she enjoyed being around her family and was always so happy. She was such a cheerful person, as you can see.
Okay.
She was a fitness guru. So she
Wow.
loved working out. She worked out a lot. Fit. She was a substitute teacher and a waitress.
Well.
Yeah, busy woman. 3 kids, 2 jobs. Working out. She's making
That's
the rest of
busy.
us look bad. Yeah. I'm like, well, now that my self-esteem's down the drain. It's like, let's go on.
Like she's doing all that, and I barely have time to take a shit.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
In 2005, she got married, and they had 2 kids
Okay.
after the marriage. There's a picture of her with her 2 oldest kids.
Okay.
So I assume it looks like, I don't know if they're out of school or what. Kitchen?
It looks like the kitchen. It looks like
Yeah.
a little kitchen table behind them.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're home.
Yes. But that's her. And 2 of her kids.
The little Vanderheydens.
Yes. But I don't know if it's Vanderheyden then, because the marriage ended in 2012.
Oh, so it could be the newer one that's Vanderheyden.
Yeah, could be the new one. She went to the University of Wisconsin, Green Bay, and graduated in 2010.
Okay.
So she had her college degree before her divorce was 2012. So during her marriage, she went to college, graduated. She had a double major in science and education. And then in 2015, she met her current husband. Oh, so that is her last name, because his name is Doug Dietrich.
Well.
So she is
So
Swedish.
I wasn't
You
full
were
of
right.
shit.
Oh.
Aha. She's a Vanderheyden.
Because his head grows as big as this guy's.
Vanderheyden.
So she didn't take her new husband's name, Doug Dietrich. And that's a picture of him and her.
Okay.
She does look like Kristen Dunst in that one a little more.
Kirsten. Dunst.
Oh my God. People are like, this bitch can't pronounce nothing. I don't even know if her name's Cynthia.
It's not. We just make these names up for the show. My name's not really Wes.
Sure.
Why would I pick that name?
You didn't. Your mother did. But they quickly became parents because they moved in together once she was pregnant. So she got pregnant fairly soon in this relationship.
Okay. It happens.
Yes. And I don't even know if they're married.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I don't think they were married. I think all the times it referred to husband was the last one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think they were dating. But the relationship started out amazing, but then it started to turn bitter.
Uh-oh.
And in May of 2016, Doug called to report his girlfriend, missing.
Okay.
So he said, she's gone. Don't know where she went. She's missing. Soon they went out for the night, got separated, and she never came home.
Okay.
But on May 21st, 2016, a farmer stumbled across a body on his land while doing some farm work.
Oh, boy.
Yep. He called 911 and said, quote, "Oh God, we just found a human body." So he's like, I knew what that was. The body was off in a wooded area not visible from the road. So if he wasn't out there doing his work, they would have never found her until he eventually did go out there.
Yeah.
Because she was not visible from the roadway. And there was a body of a woman laying face down and appeared to be in her 30s. Yeah, she's wearing a pink club wristband, socks, and had what looked like a shoe mark on her back.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sergeant Richard Lopnow, it's a weird name, said, quote, "The extent of injuries that she suffered were pretty horrific. There was trauma to her neck that would indicate possible strangulation, in addition to lacerations and bruising throughout her body. Her fingernails were damaged, indicative of defensive wounds. That tells us she was fighting for her life."
Might check those nails for some DNA.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If she's fighting that hard, which I'm sure she would. She's a fitness guru.
Yeah.
They should have DNA everywhere. But police were at the scene when a 911 call comes in around 4:30 p.m. And I assume that is Doug calling saying, "Hey, my girlfriend's missing."
Okay.
So they're like, now we got him. There's a body over here, missing woman over here. 2 and 2 together.
We get 15.
Yes. But it turns out it was Nicole. They found her body.
Okay.
So, of course, they alerted Doug. They took her body to the medical examiner's office. And the medical examiner was, and I am not saying this right at all, Agnieszka Rogolowska?
I don't know.
Agnieszka, there's a Z in there, and a Szka. Ziska? I don't even know. And Rogolska.
Okay.
But the autopsy report stated she died from strangulation and blunt force trauma. There was also signs of sexual assault. She was covered in bruises. There was blood pool around the wounds, which indicated she was alive during the beating. So she's alive during most of her
Wow.
beating. Nicole bought Doug a Fitbit, and it showed that he only walked 12 steps and was sleeping between 2:45 a.m. and 6:30 a.m.
Okay.
So that kind of, they're like, kind of support his alibi a little bit.
Either that or he took it off.
Yeah, so, but they're like, still, that was what he was playing at. He's like, I have my Fitbit. You can tell I was sleeping. It tracks my sleep.
That sounds planned if he thought about that. Yeah. Hey, you can check my Fitbit, right?
Yeah.
I think he had it off.
But police went to the house, and Doug looked hungover, according to Sergeant Tracy Holschbach. Holschbach? My God, people. Why can't you be Smiths, Connors? Something I can say.
That's some racist shit.
Is it?
Why can't you have white people names? What's wrong with you?
No. I meant simple names.
Why can't you have white European names?
Smith, Connor. Something. Not Roshkaka.
Rushka.
The couple had a fight earlier that night.
Okay.
Nicole saw Doug chatting with another woman at the bar they were at. Called the Watering Hole. Doug stayed at the Watering Hole with his friend Greg, while Nicole went with the group to the sardine can. So they split. She's like, I'm taking my friends this way. You stay here, you hoe.
You stay at the Watering Hole. We're going over to the sardine can, okay?
The names of these Wisconsin.
Don't you know?
Don't you know? But Nicole accused him of cheating and being abusive. So during this argument this night, she's like, you cheating on me, you abused me, she's just laying it out on him. And when Doug got home, he found the babysitter at home with their infant son. So she wasn't home. He thought she'd be home by then.
Okay.
The other two children she had from a previous marriage were at their dad's house that weekend.
From a previous midget.
I can't speak. But an officer noticed bloody clothing along the side of the road about a mile from where the body was found. And they were Nicole's. After searching the area, they found her purse containing her cell phone and her ID. So they didn't steal her purse or anything.
So it wasn't a robbery.
No. Her shoes were found by her purse.
Okay.
And all of that was submitted for analysis, but due to backups at the lab, they were limited to 10 submissions at a time. So like, we got a backlog, so you can only send us 10 things at a time. Which I do not get. Just send all of it, and then we'll get to it when we get to it. I don't understand. Like, no. Just send 10 things.
Just 10. Sorry.
Don't overwhelm him. He works hard.
We don't want to see the big pile of stuff. We like it to come in small batches, so we don't feel
too much.
We don't feel like it's too much.
They found blood on the floor in the garage, and there was blood and dirt found in Nicole's car.
Okay.
While the police were searching the couple's house, a neighbor came over saying they found blood on their curb and ran over a cord when mowing. I don't know if it's a phone cord, charging cord. They ran over a cord and it flung it out, and then they noticed there was blood on the sidewalk by their house.
Okay.
And they took a picture of what they saw. See, that's the cord that was chucked by the lawnmower. When they went to get it, they realized there's blood on the curb. Which, I mean,
yeah.
It's a decent amount of blood for...
If it's blood. I mean, it could be something else.
I feel like I've passed areas like this and thought, like, roadkill.
Yeah, it could be that, too.
Yeah. But I assume since there was cops standing across the yard there, they're like, hey, something happened. Here's blood over here if you're looking for something. Yeah. Otherwise, I've been like, someone hit a dog or something. I don't know. It's not a whole lot of blood, but it's more than a paper cut.
Somebody's parked on the road. They had fast food. They dropped the ketchup packet. I don't know.
You're like, I don't know. Swab it. It's only 10 specimens at a time.
Well, there you go.
You got to pick.
Put the ketchup on the back list.
The neighbor gave police 2 pieces of an Android charging cable with clumps of blonde hair stuck to it. You know what I realized? I wonder, If they had some rookie be like, we only can send 10 specimens at a time. I need you to lick that and tell me if it's ketchup or blood.
That'd be a quick way to test it out.
Yeah. Then we'll swab a different spot.
Metallic.
And send it.
I'm going to go with blood.
We'll swab a different area and then send it.
Tomatoey. I'm still saying it's
That's
blood.
ketchup. McDonald's packet.
It's a McDonald's packet.
But they realized that this could be where the crime occurred. There's blood, there's a cord, it's got blonde hair stuck to it. She's blonde.
Arby's sauce on the curb, you know.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? In all my years of police work. So they figured it was related. And the police arrested Doug.
What about
obviously.
What about Emu?
Emu.
And
Oh,
Doug.
God. Doug was kept in jail with $1 million cash bond for 17 days.
$1 million?
Yeah, until he was released.
Dang.
Because the evidence against him wasn't adding up. He left his car at the watering hole, and records from Nicole's vehicle show that her car wasn't used all night.
Okay.
So if he transported her body out there in that field, he had to carry her. Like he didn't.
He
Or
was
he used
walking.
a friend's car. Yeah, because his car was at the
Wait.
bar and her car never moved.
Wait, didn't you also say there was blood in her car?
Yeah,
But if her car never moved all night,
I know.
that's weird.
That is weird. I don't know the amount of blood found in her car. It could be, bloody nose, hangnail, something.
Yeah.
It depends on how much is there and where it's at. But the background checks showed that an ex-girlfriend of Doug's, Rebecca, filed a domestic violence claim against him.
No.
So they, at the same time, they realized his car didn't move all night, but he has a history of being violent with women. So they're like back and forth with this guy.
And during their fight, she mentioned that he was
He's
abusive.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, so they were back and forth.
well,
Doug was taken to the police office and questioned again. After he was told about Nicole originally, he was crying and in shock, like he was showing some emotion.
okay.
He stated, and it was, he stated that he last saw Nicole around 11:30 p.m. He's like, I saw her. She went to the sardine can. And that's all I saw her. Detectives asked if they could search his phone. They're like, can we see your phone real quick?
Yeah.
Because Nicole sent him a few angry texts that night.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, you're communicating, I want to see. Surveillance footage from the sardine can was discovered, and they saw Nicole and her friends around 11:15 p.m., and they stayed there until around 11:45.
So, like a half hour?
Yeah, they're just there mingling for a half hour, so it wasn't long. Yeah, they were mingling for a half hour, so it wasn't very long. But that was the second bar, maybe third they've been to, I don't know. So they were on a roll. Doug left the bar he was at with Greg, and they went to the sardine can to look for Nicole.
Okay.
She's looking for her. At this point, I don't know if they walked there, I assume, or if Greg just drove them around. I don't know. He had to get home somehow.
Yeah.
But they arrived at the sardine can around 12:18 a.m. And then they just began hanging out and quit looking for Nicole. They're like, it's a happening place.
They're like, she ain't here.
Yeah,
Let's get some
that's
drinks.
yeah. But on the surveillance footage there, Nicole looked visibly upset while on her phone. She eventually got up and stormed off with her friend Aaron Glinsky following her. Aaron told police that Nicole was having fun until Doug quit responding to her. Then she got upset and she left on foot. Aaron tried to stop her and told her to at least get a taxi, but she didn't. She said, I'm walking home.
Okay.
So, but before then she started to get physical with him, said, no, I'm not taking taxi, I'm walking. So he said, fine, walk, mean old lady. So he left her there, because if you're going to be a bitch, then walk home.
Uh-huh.
Because she's like, I assume, smacking at him, pushing, like, no, I'm walking. He's like, then walk home.
Okay.
But then the footage showed Aaron returning to the bar around 11:45 p.m. And so when she took off walking, he just went back in the bar, kind of chilled. And then Doug and Greg stayed until about 2:15 a.m.
Okay.
So they stayed there longer than she did. Police suspicion intensified after seeing how Doug was not searching for Nicole at all. They're like, he went to search for her and ended up partying.
I guess.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I don't get it. But that's Doug, as you can see. But there was DNA found on the body,
Okay.
as you were assuming, because she's a fighter. And Doug's DNA did not match.
Oh.
Blood in the garage was not human. It was likely turkey, since Doug was a hunter.
Okay.
The blood and dirt in her car came from one of her kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
They
So
scuffed a
all
knee or
that-
something
all
at
that
some point.
Suspicious coincidence just ended up being random.
Okay.
But police questioned Doug as a potential Greg as a potential accessory to murder. Because they're thinking maybe Doug and Greg were in on it. And Greg drove him around or whatever.
Okay.
Helped him out. But Greg's timeline added up with Doug's. Location data from Doug and Greg's phone supported their statements. So their statements were supported by cell phone locations, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
In August of 2016, they got a hit from the socks she was wearing on her body. So
Okay.
they got a DNA hit. And it belonged to a George Stephen Birch. So not Doug. Not Greg. George. He was 39 years old. And here's a picture of him.
Okay.
I just like how I was complaining about names and now I got a Doug and a George. It's like, well, that's Doug. Looks creepy.
Well, mugshots always do.
Yeah. I don't know, that one lady was smiling in hers.
True, but most
Jody
mugshots,
Arias was like,
I mean, they don't look great.
no.
They're like driver's license photos.
Mm-hmm. But he has his head tilted up like he's about to kick somebody's ass. He's like, what's up?
So,
That's what he's looking like. It's like, bring it. But he's from Virginia.
okay.
So not Wisconsin. So they're like, I would have never guessed. But George was interviewed on June 8th that year about a hit-and-run accident, a stolen vehicle report, and a car fire.
Damn.
Yeah. So he is already questioned once for other crimes. During the investigation to prove that he could not have been involved, he claimed to have been texting a woman from a bar on the night in question and offered the police his phone records.
Okay.
They cloned his phone and returned it to him. Therefore, when the DNA came back in August, they had his phone records up until 3 weeks after Nicole's murder.
Okay.
So they had his phone records back around the same time. The DNA popped back on other things, I assume. Yeah. I assume they tested other things. And when they were getting that back, the same time they were getting records back. So it was all coming together.
Okay.
Those records and the records obtained from Google placed George at a bar called Richard Cranium's, which was near the sardine can. How many bars are in this strip? Watering hole, sardine can, Richard Cranium's.
Craniums.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
What?
Richard Cranium.
Dickhead?
Dickhead.
Ah, I got it.
I
That's
just caught
awesome.
that.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that.
I do too.
Roger, you're smiling like you like that. You're like, that's
I-
smart ass.
I like that.
Yeah. And George, on his phone, made several searches on Google about Nicole's investigation.
Oh.
Kind of seeing where if they had suspects, where they're at, you know.
Okay.
The phone data put him outside of Nicole and Doug's house from around 3 a.m. until 3:15 a.m.
That's interesting too.
Yeah. At the farm where the body was found, just before 4 a.m., And at the spot her clothes were found around 4:05 a.m. And finally at his own house.
So he was at their house,
The farm.
where the body was,
Where the clothes was.
where the clothes were.
And then his house.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know why he would be like, yeah, here, you can have my phone if all this was on there.
I've been like, shit broke. Sorry.
Yeah, I'd be like, aw.
My bad.
I'm just surprised that he was like excited. He's like, here, you can check my phone. I was texting this girl. Not thinking that they would be able to find
They can check
locations and Google
location,
searches and everything.
They were just going to look at his phone log and be like, yep, he texted a girl. All set.
No. They're going through it top and bottom. But on September 7th, 2016, George was brought in for questioning and refused to answer, so he was just arrested. Like, we're going to ask you some questions. And he's like, no. And they're like, all right, you're arrested. Like, he did it.
Yep, they can hold you for 24 hours.
Yep. So he went
or 48 or something. I don't know.
but I think they charged him. They're like, we got DNA, phone.
Okay.
I think they're questioning him to try to get his side of the story. Confession maybe, but when he was like...
They got
zip
DNA
lipped, he's
and
like,
location
"You're going to
phone
jail."
records. I think they got enough.
Yeah, they're like, okay, just go to jail, whatever. Like, we got you anyway.
Do not collect $200. Go straight to jail.
He went to trial on February 19th, 2018, and took the stand in his own defense.
Dumbass.
Yeah, that never works. And there he is.
He looks better in that photo.
Yeah, cleaned up a little bit. But he claimed that he met Nicole at the bar.
Wait. Now he says he met Nicole?
Uh-huh.
Boy, that story changed.
Yeah, right? He's claimed he met Nicole at the bar. They started flirting, and he brought her back to her house. He claimed they had sex in his car there, but then someone came over, hit him in the head with a gun, and knocked him out. He claimed he saw Nicole was dead and that Doug was holding him at gunpoint and forcing him to drive to dispose of the body.
Okay.
But
Interesting.
with the Fitbit evidence and the lack of George's blood from his head injury at the scene led to the jury not buying his story.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prosecutors argued that Nicole stormed off to take a walk and walked past Richard Cranium's bar. At some point, they started talking and he offered her a ride home. After making a move on her, she turned him down and tried to get out of the vehicle. He ends up sexually assaulting her and strangling her with the cord. She falls out of the vehicle and he stomps on her back and head, eventually killing her.
Which is where the blood on the curb comes from.
The curb.
He
She
curb
fell
stomped her.
Yep, he curb stomped her. That's what the footprints on her back.
Jeez.
Yep. Oh, this man. He was found guilty, thankfully, of first-degree intentional homicide on March 1st of 2018 and sentenced to life in prison without parole. His facial expression says it all.
Well, I'm going to prison.
Yeah. All right. He appealed his conviction, stating that the cell phone evidence should have been excluded since it was obtained before the investigation.
What?
Yes. So I guess he's claiming that the cell phone was part of the hit and run and stuff instead of Nicole's investigation. So he's saying that's a different investigation. This cell phone shouldn't be used with this.
They were investigating one thing, they found something else. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like it's there.
Yeah.
We're just going to put it back and then like, okay, let's look at it. Put it in this file folder. It says Nicole.
If you want, we can reinvestigate and pull the same phone. I don't understand.
Call Verizon right now. This is for case number. Can I have his phone records? For like, yeah.
Okay. We'll just redo it.
But his appeal was rejected on June 29th of 2021. He is currently incarcerated at the Wisconsin Secure Program Facility, and that is a maximum security prison.
Don't you know?
Probably because he curb stomped a lady.
Yeah.
But that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
He
You
did
thought
it.
it was the husband for a while, didn't you?
No.
You never thought it was Doug? You were
No.
suspicious at
I
first.
was just waiting for information. I mean, it could have been him, but the way the
Like
information was
something.
going, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, something that said you're like, oh. Like the Fitbit, he's like, oh.
Well, the Fitbit was a little
He's a
sus
history
to
of
me.
abuse.
I thought he took it off.
History of
But-
abuse, blood in the garage in her car. Yeah, you're like, ah. But then it completely went to this random dude
Yeah. Some random dude.
at a bar. She just happened to be mad and walking home, and he's like, oh, I can give you a ride. It's dark out. And she gets curb stomped.
Word of advice, ladies. Never take the ride.
Yeah, never take a ride from anybody.
Call yourself an Uber, taxi, something.
Yeah, because, I mean, even if they look like nice older men,
Preferably an Uber because they can track that.
yeah. But anything can happen, so
It's true.
protect yourselves. What do you say? Protect your neck?
Protect your neck.
Wu-Tang.
That's right.
But that's a horrible case. I feel bad for her
Mm-hmm.
children because they were from different dads, so I'm sure they were split.
Yeah.
I'm sure the two older ones went to their dad and the baby went to.
Yeah.
So it's sad that they had to be, that this ended them being split up.
Yeah, that's messed
And
up.
the children lost a mother, he lost a girlfriend. And
Hopefully they get to see each other.
I hope so, yeah. And that's it. The sad, sad case. And Nicole, what was her name? Vanderheyden?
Vanderheyden.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
No, it's
It,
awful.
it wasn't aliens, though.
It was not aliens. It was just pure brutality
Mm-hmm.
over getting turned down. Like he hasn't been turned down before, I'm sure.
I'm sure he
Everyone's
has.
been turned down. Like, don't stomp on people.
Yeah.
Just be like, okay.
Be like, well, on to the next one.
Yeah. Another one bites the dust. Back to the Richards cranium.
Back to the dickhead. Back to dickheads to see if I can find someone.
Yeah, but no. So thoughts to her family, her children.
Mm-hmm.
Awful case.
Well. Yep.
And roll credits.
All right. Well, if you like what you heard, not the case, but
I was going to say.
the episode, like and subscribe. You can find us at loveandluminol.com, where we have all of our audio and video links. So if you want to find us on your service, you can find us there. You can also contact us directly on that same website. There is a contact form. We're on social media pretty much everywhere except for Twitter/X. Everywhere else is good. We post a lot more on TikTok than anything else, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And feel free to like and subscribe there as well on all those social medias. But that's about it.
That's it.
Well, all right. If you got anything to add?
No, sounds good to me.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time.
See you next time.
Bye.